Hi, I'm Lindy Whitten. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm just going to walk you through the whole process from start to end of painting a pastel painting. I've done all of this in other smaller segments, but I'm going to do the whole thing in one today. So what prompted this is I have this frame. Someone bought the painting but didn't want the frame, so I took it out and I've now got the mat with the little self-adhesive foam core stuck around it to provide a spacer when I'm going to frame it, and I have the frame with the backing board. So I've already got a frame all set up ready to go. So in this case I've just chosen to use some My Tints text paper because it's just going to fit perfectly into that frame. So my next decision is, what will I paint? There's an area I particularly like, and I've got a number of photos of it, so there we can see some of them. It's got a lot of samphire at a particular time of year, and it's all that reddy, maroony kind of colour. I've got a number of different photos. None of them are exactly what I want, but I have painted this scene before, and I know what I want to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is choose my paper colour. I'm pretty restricted today because I've been painting on a different size paper, and all that I have in my little stash, I've got a lot of a different size, but of this one I've only got the black and the maroon colour. So what I'm going to do now is try to work out which one I want to paint on. The method for me for doing that is to just take my photos and lay them on the top and see, what do I think? Do I think the black is working? Well, it is working in that it will give me the deeps and the darks, but I'm finding it a bit too dark. So then I'll take my maroon and we'll have a little look at that. And I think that's working quite well. It's picking up these deep maroony colours, and I think I'm going to be able to make that work. So that's the paper I'm going to choose. Put my other paper away. And now the next stage is attaching it to a board, a backing board, so that when I paint I've got a nice firm surface to paint on. I know a lot of people use padding behind their boards. What I tend to use is foam core that has a little bit of give on it anyway. And often what I'll do if I'm painting for a frame, I'll cut the backing board to fit the frame, the foam core, tape this to it, work straight onto it, and then it's going to go straight into the frame like that. So that's what I'm going to do today. So here's the frame with the board in. All I need to do is move the pins. They easily come up with my fingers. And pull out my backing board. And I'm just going to push the pins down again to hold that, I don't want the glass to break. This is just a gummed linen tape, taking a craft knife and just making myself a couple of pieces to use as a T-hinge. I'm just going to take a spray bottle, spray the back of all those where the gum is, spray it, give it a little wipe, and then I just simply slide it under there, pressing down onto the paper firmly. Then I'll take my other T, piece of paper, push it across in a T shape and push that down firmly. So now what I have is a little hanging. The correct way to attach your paper to your backing board is to put a hinge at the top, one or two depending on the weight, and that will hold it. When there's a change in humidity, that the paper won't warp. If you've got it taped all the way around the edges, it can buckle a little bit. I have to say, in Tasmania I don't really have a humidity problem, and I've never had a problem with any of my paintings. Some I've had on the wall for years, and even though I've taped all the way around the edges, there's not been a problem. And in my video that shows you how to take a budget pre-made standard frame and use that to frame a pastel painting, I have said to tape it all the way around the edges. The better way to do it is to make these hinges, and I've made them with the gum tape because then you can use water later to take them off, so if someone wants to change the painting over they can. It's not such a big deal if you use another sort of tape. As long as you make the T, then someone can just make a little slice along the top of their paper with a craft knife and release it that way as well. Also, because I'll be doing a lot of banging around on this paper now, I'm going to attach it with some masking tape as well. I use the delicate masking tape because the delicate masking tape doesn't rip the paper when it comes off, and taping it over the corner like so, over each corner, and that's my board prepared. Here are my photos down there, drawn up the square, the rectangles for the sort of format I want, and now I'm just going to use a ink pen to draw in roughly the shapes that I want. Having done the thumbnails, decided which I'm going to do now, I just pop my paper up there and start sketching it in with some hard pastels. I'm getting to the messy part now, so on with the apron because I'm a very messy painter, as you can see by my apron. Okay, so there's my little box of Conte, and I'm going to use those to sketch up. The one thing I'm going to be down here about is getting my horizon line right. I think I'm going to make it around about there. So I just measured down from both sides and do that, double check that again. That's 12. That's 12. I've got a pretty good eye for this. And I measured it and then thought that was wrong, went back and I had got the measurement wrong. So there you go, that's my horizon line. I'm now into the framing mode, so I've got, here's the painting on the backing board I already painted it on. I'm just taking off the corner tapes. Now I'm taking the mat that was already cut in the frame. It already has the spacer there. It just sits around like so. Here's my frame. I'm turning it over, laying it flat like so. Then I'm getting a glass cleaning cloth, just cleaning the whole thing. Once I've done that, I just pop that one in. This one will just lie on top. Again, just take my knife, push it down like so, push it down like so, check again. Right, so I've got no dust on the mat, so what I tend to do now is not put it face down anymore. I just hold it up and I work my way around the painting, pushing down those pins. Check again. Okay, I'm happy with that. Then I'll be taping the back of it. Turn that over carefully again. Take my tape, run it along the corner down the frame. Take a craft knife and just cut off there. So I'm cutting in from the edges and then from the middle, press down with my fingers. Do the same on the other side. I take it out to the corner staples. Push it down, out, move it out with my fingers. Then I'll do top and bottom same way. Remember which side is the top of your painting. That's the top side. And oops, that's my pre-existing one. Pop it on, hold the screw in, screw it down. Then across to the other side. I'm just going to use my ruler to make sure I've got it at the same on that side. So that's where that one will go. Other screw, put it in, screw that down. And here it is, all finished, ready to hang on the wall. Thanks for joining me in the studio today, where we took an idea, a few different photos, sketched them up into some ideas, took a piece of paper, sketched those ideas onto the paper, hard pasteled in the main values, then soft pasteled over the top, took it, framed it in my empty frame, hung it on the wall. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.